I love this as an Islander fan, as today we got a major announcement about the broadcasting situation for the team this year. Both who is going to be on the air for TV, what's going to go on with the radio situation. In addition, there was also an announcement of a new alternate broadcast for national games, which I am very excited about. Now, there also is some controversy with this decision. As we know, the Islanders originally let go of their radio staff this offseason. The plan initially was to just have the TV broadcast play on the air for the radio. They have walked that back, but they will not be giving the initial hosts their jobs back. That is something that fans are upset about. We're going to break it down on this episode of Islanders Digest and really talk about how I'm really excited in the direction Islanders are taking in terms of really focusing on more transparency for the team. This is something they've really struggled with in the past, and it is clear now that we are getting a new version of Islanders media for this season. And with all the young kids who are going to be coming up both this year and in the future, I am all here for this new era of Islanders hockey. Really quickly, before we dive right into this topic, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Our goal is 2,000 subscribers before the NHL season begins. Really appreciate your support as we continue to make Islanders content every single day. Now that the season is approaching, we will be making content every single day. We did take some days off in the summer when there was not much to cover, but now we're going to be going over every single game, talking about trade rumors, all that fun stuff. And I'm really excited about the broadcast team for the New York Islanders. I think this is one of the strongest broadcast teams in the entire NHL. Yes, I am biased. I am a huge Islander fan, but I really enjoy listening to Islanders games. At times, last season, when the Islanders looked like absolute death on the ice, there were times where I was tuning in more to listen to the broadcast team than to watch whatever they were doing on the ice. Now, most of the team is the same as last season. There is one thing that is of note, and it seems like Butch Goring is taking a step back. He still is an analyst this season, but Thomas Hickey is going to be having an everyday role and being in the booth along with Brendan Burke, and Butch Goring. Now, my initial take on this is it seems like Butch is just trying to travel less, really work a little bit less than he has in the past. He is 75 years old. Now, if the Islanders were trying to push him out just to try to move Hickey up, then I would be upset with this, but I don't think that is the case. So I'm really excited for the three of them. I think they all did a good job last year. Shannon Hogan is great as the MSG host. And in addition, Josh Bailey will also be making some appearances, which I am also really excited about. It's really cool to see Josh Bailey getting back into things. Cal Clutterbuck is going to be on MSG more full-time, which is also really exciting. In addition, is going to have an Islanders podcast run by a team where he's going to have exclusive interviews, things like that. That is something I'm really excited to see. Cal Clutterbuck has a really fun personality. I think he is the perfect person to really run an Islanders podcast. And then he's also going to be having an alt cast with Josh Bailey, similar to a Manning cast. So we're going to talk about in just a little bit, where during the national games, they are going to kind of do their own version of a broadcast. It's more laid back, share some stories. I'm really interested to see how this comes out for hockey. That's going to be really fun to watch as well. I'm actually really looking forward to that. I wasn't sure how that was going to work at first because I don't see why you would watch that instead of Brendan, Butch, and Thomas. But considering this is going to be for the national games, this is perfect because I cannot watch another hockey game where PK Subban makes fun of the Islanders being boring and pretends to sleep in the booth. I cannot stand when he does that. But now, what's more controversial, which we're going to have to talk about a little bit here, is they will be going in a different direction for the radio team. And on one hand, I am very happy the Islanders are having a radio team because initially in the summer, it sounded like the radio was just going to be listening to the TV broadcast. And I didn't like that idea at all. I know some teams do this, but it does not come out that well. Radio for hockey is really different than a TV broadcast because it's a sport that moves so fast. So you really have to cut out a lot of the color. And I think what makes the TV broadcast so great is the amount of color that's in it. So it does not work well translating. I think this is the right call to have a radio host, but a lot of people are questioning what the Islanders have done with the radio host. Now, Alan Furing is an incredible host, radio host, and I am really glad that he is going to be on the air for the Islanders as the radio announcer this season. I think he does an incredible job, and when Brendan Burke does have to announce national games, he will be there for the Islanders, which is a really underrated for him to be your second broadcaster. It's just really good. It works for the team. However, fans are definitely not happy that Kinger and Picker will not be getting their jobs back. Initially, the Islanders were not doing a radio host thing. Now, the team did say that they thank Chris King and Greg Picker for all the years and dedication that they spent for the Islanders radio. Stefan Rosner posted this, and this was also in an announcement the Islanders posted in an article, which will be linked in the description below. This is disappointing. There's so many great Islander memories of Kinger getting really passionate about a call. I really enjoyed his calls throughout the years. It's disappointing that he will not be back, but I think at the same time, it is also exciting to have Alan Fury now taking that role full time. I understand why fans are upset, and it's definitely going to be weird tuning into Islanders radio and listening to different voices. Now, what I will say is really good is the team really is still involved with Hofstra University and its students. This is one of the great parts about the Islanders radio, and it's good to know that they're not abandoning Hofstra University and having the students play a larger role in producing and engineering the content. This is great because, you know, those opportunities are super valuable for those students, and it's good that at least they will not be affected by this, because the initial announcement, it seemed like they were getting cut out, because, and I wonder really if the Islanders kind of changed their mind, because what we originally heard was that there just was not going to be a radio broadcast, and there was a lot of backlash. I really wonder if Mathew Darche came in and really affirmed that the goal should be creating better content and giving fans better access, which having no radio casts and not doing any of these podcasts stuff will be the exact opposite of that. I think this is much more in line with what the Islanders are trying to do. I think this is a great quote by Cal Clutterbuck, where it's a whole new era, ushering the Islanders into the next phase. The marriage of excitement for a young team, exciting to see what they can do, coupled with a little more access, that's what's going on, and a little more fan connection to the players and their stories. It's a perfect time. And speaking of having more access, I think the best example of this is going to be this Manning cast type thing with Josh Bailey and Cal Clutterbuck. Now, if you're not a football fan, if you don't know what the Manning cast is, basically Eli Manning and Peyton Manning, two incredible quarterbacks and brothers, obviously on Monday Night Football and select weeks, they will basically come on the air during the game and basically do their own broadcasts. And during the game, they're not narrating the game as a traditional broadcast would. Rather, they're having conversations. They bring on celebrity guests. They talk about the team, talk about fun stories. And now this is more like a universal NFL thing. But I'm really excited to see what the Islanders do with this, who the guests are going to be. Is it going to be celebrities who are fans of the New York Islanders? Maybe they're going to bring on guys from previous Islanders teams, or even guys from other teams, and really talk about the NHL. I'm really excited to see what this looks like. I think out of all these announcements, this is what excites me the most, because I don't know if other teams are doing anything like this, or even how well this is going to work. Because one thing that's very different between football and hockey is football, there's a lot of off time between downs. But what I love about this is it's creative. The Islanders are trying something new. This is exactly what you want to do. This is how you grow the game. This is how you get your fans more excited. And I am super excited to see how this turns out. I'm really just excited to see more Josh Bailey. I was a huge Josh Bailey guy. I hated how his time ended with the New York Islanders, and I'm so excited that he's going to have a chance on the air. And again, Kyle Clutterbuck, I think he did an incredible job last season. I definitely want to see more of him. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Are you excited about these announcements? Are you disappointed that Kinger and Picker are not going to be returning for the radio? Love to know your thoughts. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. My name is Patrick Nilan. Catch you on the next episode of Islanders Digest. Let's go, Islanders.